Okay, sorry about that. I ran out of space. All the little itty-bitty rolls of ribbon, like from American Craft and stuff, I added to little tags that I made and put on rings and put up here. I've tried 2 or 3 other ways to store them. Couldn't find anything I like, so that's what I did. My rolls of ribbon that are up there are fine hanging down. In fact, I kind of like it. But over here, these that were on the curtain rod, I didn't like because they would totally unroll. And so I put rubber bands around them the other day. I chose big enough rubber bands that they're not all squinched up, and I think that helps. I added a balloon curtain, whatever you want to call it, valance, whatever. It's made out of a king-size fitted sheet over it, and it did cut out some of the heat, which was a plus. And then over here in this bottom drawer that is so big I have to leave it cracked open a little bit so that I can get it open are all my individual sheets of cardstock, separated alphabetically by what they are, flowers and more flowers, same folder, food type things, critters. Well, actually it's fish. I don't know why I have so much fish paper. Anyway, and really I think that that's all the changes that I've made. All of my punches are still over yonder and pegboard with my bigger dies down on it. And then the baskets with, I keep all my cameras in that basket, and in that basket I keep extra hooks and those Velcro thingies that go around cords. Some more punches that are in cases so they don't go on the racks. And then like miscellaneous wet glues and spray paints that will fit. These cabinet shelves are so small. I really was surprised that they would even hold a dish when they were in my kitchen, but they did, just barely. Baby wipes and paper towels and sidewalk chalk, which I actually use in scrapbooking. Those glass flatback stones and my homemade embossing paste. Nope, that was tacks. Somewhere in here is my homemade embossing paste because I just used it the other day. Anyway, and I changed how I hang my tapes, and that way I can see them all and use them all. My button maker, bunch of crickets. My daughter loves things. She has actually, her job has gotten so stressful that she scraps at home a lot without me. I moved my computer over to the end of my table. Oh, and I showed you how I stored all my scraps of paper, but it really wasn't working well for anything that was 12 inches wide, like this. And so I just took a shoebox that was big enough to deal with it, and the 12-inch wide pieces I put in there because it just worked better. They were getting bent. And then my solid cardstocks, they were getting bent. And then I replaced that plastic thingamajigger. Oh, there, that feels much better. I replaced it with the wooden one that I had extra wood stamps in, and I put, you know, my hands-on adhesives and my bow makers and stapler, stuff like that, dish soap, inks, and another drawer of inks. And it's funny, they're right exactly where I can reach for them, a drawer of paperwork stuff. And then my perfect layers, I still love them. My carpet knife that I use on them. And then I added this basket and put all my twines. And the little bitty rolls that are like from American Crafts that you get at Tuesday morning, I put them on these little paper spools and put them on rings by color. And then my grab it all the time glue adhesive runner, my ATG, my Score Buddy, my little bitty paper cutter, does 4x6 pictures, my big roll of foam tape, and I've been making with Fun Foam little thin, see how thin that is, dimensional adhesive just by running it both sides through my Xyron, and then I can cut off whatever amount I need and use it, and it's just a much thinner, instead of the big, it's thin dimensional. Still the printer. I've added some hooks and put my favorite tweezers and my 2 rulers, my T ruler and my regular metal ruler, and then some of my scissors. Oh, and I got the large pair of Tim Holtz shears, and I love them. Love, love, love them. I put my Big Shot on the right side of my desk because my shoulders have gotten to the point where I don't need to be moving it and straining to crank stuff through it, and so I just put it over on the right side of my desk. And I store my cutting plates right on top of it, across it, and I have, you know, the multi-purpose, the magnetic, and then my 2 clear plates, and my Bible, because every morning when I come into the studio I do my devotional, and then my computer. And that stand that I was showing you in the last video sits right there next to me. I can pull it over closer because it's on big casters. It rolls really good, no matter how heavy it is, and I pull it right over next to me. And then my dogs sit around my feet while I scrap. Trash can under my table, footstool under my table so I can get my feet up. That's my knee. Footstool. And normally my dogs are in here, but right now they're out. And then my gooseneck lamp. So, just panning around really quickly. I hope I'm not making anybody nauseous, but that's the studio. And, you know, if you scrapbook, or you have a scrapbook room, or a craft room, or a studio room, love this idea. You know, oh, and there's all my scrapbooks and magazines all on one shelf. You know that it never, oh, and my odd little dies, you know, the ones you buy, 1 dachshund, or a set of balloons, or down here just words and balloons, those type of dies that aren't sets. I adhered 2 rolls of magnetic strip, and I made sure that they adhered because I tacked into the ends also with big thumbtacks. But I keep those out because they kind of get overlooked when you're looking in your dies, because of the way they're packaged, for one thing, and because of the way that they're labeled. You know, what do you label them? Miscellaneous? Well, yeah. And so I put those out on 2 strips of magnetic tape. And then my dies are in the box like usual, and my embossing folders, and then the sets that are both stamps and dies. My Spectrum Noir markers, my twirly thing, my Ott lamp, and I moved my buttons over here because I was getting up 3 and 4 times a day to get a button, and I thought that was ridiculous. And that's it, folks, all the way around. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, you don't have to give me a thumbs down. Thank you for watching my video, and have a good day. I'll be back because there'll be updates all the time. Nothing stays the same. Thank you. Bye.